Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late May 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's going on for the lovely Taurus collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Shuffle it up one time, see what we got for you. Talk to me, my guys. So for Taurus, as we are just passing Taurus season, I hope you all had a fabulous birthday. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going. Let's rock. What do we got for Taurus, please? We got, all right, there it is. Thank you. So we have this beautiful, loving, nurturing, caring type of energy, and I always love to see it at the beginning of a reading. It's super spiritual. There's a lot of undertones there. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading, here we go. So we see this beautiful woman dressed in red. She's wearing that headdress. She is snuggling up to that white bird there. So usually in divination, these doves, these white birds, they can represent spirit or the light itself. Angelic energies, ancestors, spirit guides. So when I see this card, first and foremost, I always think of spiritual protection. So maybe some of you need to hear that. Like you have an angel on your shoulder, you have someone or various people on the other side watching out for you. It's very loving and caring. But that's another thing I think of as well. Like to me, this could be someone that needs some nurturing, loving, and caring. You might need a couple of hugs. And I always say, if you need a hug, I got you. I'm a big old teddy bear. I'll give you a virtual bear hug, right? But maybe there's someone else in your life that needs some softer touch or just some nurturing. Every human does, right? But let's just put that off to the side. For a lot of you, it could just represent spiritual protection, which is beautiful. But yeah, we're going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness going. I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading, okay? It's just a little footnote for us. But let's shuffle up. Let's get this going for Taurus, please. So last week's reading was interesting. It was a little different than it usually is. It was titled, They Have a Plan. Now, I didn't mean that to be ominous or anything like that, but a big theme I saw in last week's reading was strategy. So whether that was somebody else you're connected to, planning something out, strategizing, maybe you need to set a plan in place about something. That was a big thing in last week's reading. But as you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, right? Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone else's. Let's get you 3. What do we got here for Taurus, please? Thank you. Okay. You got 2 cards that came out at once, Taurus, and I don't want to flip out just yet, but you have 2 of the most positive cards in the whole entire deck that came out together. Okay, and for anyone new here, I only read jumpers, so this is kind of surprising that you get the Sun followed up by the 10 of Cups. Wow. That is, like, talk about a start. Talk about the beginning of a reading. Let's get you 1 more here to try to complete this puzzle, but wow. Okay, that's almost made me speechless with that energy. It's so powerful and it's so beautiful. Let's get you 1 more. Now the deck is being specific. There it is. A lot of paths and options. You have the 7 of Cups here right on the back end, Taurus. I'm really, really liking how this energy is stacking up and how it's looking so far, my friends. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first glance, like I said, when these 2 popped out together, to me, they're the 2 most positive cards in the deck, consecutive, one after another. There's also 2 cards that are cups, which represent emotion, romance, feelings, very emotionally tapped in. So this is going to be very interesting for us to really pull apart. Now, one by one, position number 1, we have the Sun card. This could represent a Leo. Since we are getting somewhat close to Leo season spirit, pardon me, they might be signifying something that's coming towards you in Leo season. But when I see this card, I think of source energy, very similar to what we had here in the very beginning, right? That light energy, the ancestors, guides, spirit team. There could be a lot of powerful source energy coming your way. The light, life, and love, this is everything. It's truth and honesty. Now, on a deeper note, when we see the sun, it could represent revelation, things being revealed, casting light onto something, right? But it's just super positive, right? You don't get much better than this. I mean, you don't in tarot. I think most readers would agree that the sun is the most positive card. And even if we were to argue with it, one of the cards that would be bumping heads with it is coming up next. We got the 10 of Cups. Another card that can be said is everything. This is a card of wish fulfillment. Those cups runneth over. Those cups are overflowing. This is really nice. Wish fulfillment, attaining a goal. This is a happily ever after type of energy as well. It's a completion, happy ending. So when I see the 10 of Cups, I think of all those things. A win of some sort that makes you emotional in a good way. When we see this, it could also represent the family unit. So there could be something important going on with your family. The 10 of Cups could also represent the home and where you live. So whether you're renovating or changing where you live or whatever it might be, there could be some significance on your living situation as well. But beautiful energy overall. Like, the clarifiers will really tell us the tale with all these cards, because I don't want to get overly optimistic just yet, but we're starting off very, very solid. Now, as we move to the back end of this spread, we have the 7 of Cups. Now, this card can be a little bit complex. A lot of readers just see this card and they say, yeah, a lot of paths, a lot of options, and that could be very true with this card. You see this person, they're pondering, looking at all the different cups. So for a lot of you, you might have more options, paths, choices than you really know or think. But to me, this is a card of very in-depth mental and emotional energy. Somebody that's feeling a lot of things. You might be daydreaming more than you usually are. Your mind might be going a little bit. This could represent somebody thinking about you as well. Maybe you're thinking about these energies right here, trying to manifest this beauty into your life. Overall, though, I would say this is good, because if this is someone's mind state, if they're thinking about the 10 of Cups and the sun, this is going to be magnetic energy coming towards you. It's like absolutely beautiful. Now, once again, when we look down and we see 2 cards of the main part of the spread being water, your emotional state could be very important. This could represent creativity, artisticness, those beautiful energies. Could even be romance, right? But we really want to dive deeper on all of it, Taurus. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here from a Taurus collective, please, my guides. I'm liking this so far. I don't want to get a curveball, though. Let's see what's up. Yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that sun card. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Taurus, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, I won't reprimand you, I promise. Let's go in on that sun. Why is the sun here for Taurus? Thank you. Beautiful. King of Wands. Now, for some of you, if you are connected to a fire sign, this bodes very, very well for that connection. Now, the King of Wands to me is somebody who makes the right choices, makes the right judgment calls, makes the right decisions. So in this time, your decision-making process could be on point. This is big shot caller type of energy. This is big boss type of energy, super entrepreneurial. You might really catch some sort of lightning in a bottle. That's like a vibe I'm picking up here with the King of Wands clarified by the sun. If you're not connected to a fire sign, like this, like I said, is big shot caller, big boss type of energy. So you could be stepping into this. And once again, I just have to say, I know it's like a catch-all type of term, but I'm already seeing victories, wins, wish fulfillment right here in the front end. If you have to make a choice, you're very much prone to make the right one. Okay, like if you're up against the wall, making a decision, making a choice, you're going to make the right one here in the beginning. But the King of Wands is somebody that's in control of what they're putting their focus on. So I see this person leaning into the positive. So lean into the optimistic. This feels really good to me. We're going to keep moving over. But yeah, this is somebody that's not wasting time, not wasting energy on nothing. Okay, we're going to go in on that 10 of Cups. Really want to see how this all turns out when we see the full picture, because so far it's extremely positive. Okay, very motivated, just overflowingly well. So why is this 10 of Cups here? I don't want to jinx it, but let's see what's up. There's 10 of Cups here. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Improvement. Okay, now some people see the Knight of Swords, they think of progress, action, movement, and that could absolutely be true, but I could also see somebody being a little confrontational. If you have had any issues or problems with people, like this is very much a drama-free type of energy, so you might be completely not about games or drama or BS extra in this time. Like, listen, if you're going to come into my bubble, if you're going to come into my world, don't bring any of this nonsense. That's a vibe I'm picking up initially. Now, the Knight of Swords in reverse could represent something staying the same or something being very well planted. So when I see it in reverse underneath this 10 of Cups, this feels like long-lasting happiness is very much possible here. Okay, so for a lot of you, once again, the wish fulfillment, the massive win type of energy and victory. If you do have some sort of big win or accomplishment in the coming days and weeks, like if you get that victory, whether it's romantic, whether it's professional, this has long-lasting implications. I feel like here we're looking at the big picture, the broad spectrum, not just this coming week, and there is long-lasting happiness that can be had. I would claim these energies for sure, my friends. So far, this is the most positive reading I've done this week for any zodiac sign, one of the best ones I've done for you in a while. So I would say like the energy of massive wins all over the place. Let's go in on that 7 of Cups, then we'll do a recap before we get into the shadow card. If you're having issues with an air sign, you might be a little unbothered about it. Like, okay, yeah, if you want to be mad, go over there. Like, I'm picking up little sub-messages like that as well, but like, this is nobody breaking your stride in any kind of way. So let's go in on that 7 of Cups. Let's see what's up with that 7 of Cups, please. Which is good. I know you've had some good readings, like especially during your birthday season, but this is absolutely beautiful. Okay, some of you might need to slow something down a little bit too, because now we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So we have repeating knights. We have a lot of court cards showing up here. These 2 knights are usually very much forward momentum and action oriented. If you do have a choice or a decision to make, you might really need to like calm it down or stop. Like stop the progress for a moment and really take your time. The Knight of Wands in reverse absolutely tells me, especially under the 7 of Cups, yeah, if you are connected to a fire sign, that you're absolutely on their mind. This isn't just a romantic reading as well. And take time to weigh your options. Take time to weigh your plans and pick your paths and go where you want to go. You should never feel rushed, okay? So if you have someone trying to rush you, these 2 knights in reverse say like, all right, put the brakes on it. Tell that person like, listen, you can't rush a decision. You can't rush a choice. I'm going to decide what is what and where I'm going. So taking your time is very important for some reason, especially for long-term happiness, okay? You can't rush success. That's another vibe I feel like I need to say. But Knight of Wands in reverse isn't always a bad thing. Maybe there is somebody that's a little bit of a party animal, or like somebody that loves attention, loves attention, loves attention. I would say stay in your lane. That's like the type of energy I'm getting here. Don't let any outside nonsense mess with your flow. And I don't think you're gonna. Let's go through and do a quick recap. I know I'm giving a lot of different messages, but I would say overall this reading is good for the long-lasting big picture. But if you kindly look in the box, lots of court cards along the bottom. But position number 1, we have the Sun with the King of Wands in the upright. Like I was saying, this is big boss energy. This is shot caller type of energy. Very profound when it comes to entrepreneurial things. If you have to make a choice or a decision, like we're seeing here on the back end, you're going to make the right one. You're focusing on the right things. Putting your energy towards the positive, towards what you want, is the way to go. And I feel like a lot of you are in that mindset. Like, listen, I'm only going to bring into my life what serves the greater good. Like, that's huge. And this feels really good. You're putting your energy towards the right things. In the center, we have the 10 of Cups with the Knight of Swords in reverse. If you have been combating with people around you, they could really soften up, especially with these knights in reverse. That's a vibe I'm picking up. I feel like this is about long-lasting happiness. It's not fleeting. So right here, if you do have a win or an accomplishment or something you're working towards in this time, I did see the massive wins all over the place. And they could be very much long-lasting in your life. Big picture, beautiful. On the back end, we have the 7 of Cups with the Knight of Wands in reverse. So like I said, Don't let anybody rush you. Don't let anybody pressure you. You do what you want to do in your time, on your timeline. But you have a lot of options and paths that you could go. And you shouldn't have to feel pressured in any type of way. But overall, I would say, like, big picture, this is an absolutely beautiful, luscious type of energy, my friends. I would claim it and lean into it. Stay positive and optimistic. Let's get you one shadow card, though. Very good. Very good. One of the better readings I've done for you in a very long time. And you've had positive ones recently. But let's get you one shadow card. Very, very nice. So yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the end of the reading if you're new here. And it's a nice way to close it out, whether it's something within yourself, something you don't quite see. I feel like it's a nice way to do some introspection. Okay, there it is. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. So I'm not surprised that we have another court card here showing up. The Queen of Pentacles could represent another earth sign. The Queen of Pentacles is very similar to Empress energy. It is connected to the material. It's connected to abundance, femininity, mother figures, and things of that sort. It's a fertile type of energy. But the shadow side of this card could represent somebody that's a little bit stubborn and set in their ways, right? So for a portion of you, maybe Spirit's asking you to expand your horizons in some kind of way. This card, if you don't have issues with an earth sign or a mother figure, this could be Spirit asking you to be a little more flexible. Like I said in the reading itself, don't feel like you need to be rushed or pressured to do anything, but sometimes flexibility can help in various different ways, okay? This can also be a card of someone that's like a little too much or does the most. So some of you might be feeling smothered by a person too when this card shows up, but do with that what you will, Taurus. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. For the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 boxes of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. This is an awesome deck. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one spoke to you the most. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I will announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.